Right. Hello, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here with Justin Holtz with District Financial. Justin is a good friend of mine. I've had the privilege of helping him and his beautiful family with a couple of real estate transactions and always enjoy working with him and his referrals. And my husband and I are actually personal clients of Justin's firm, as well as a team member of mine and, quite a few clients that have started working with Justin. So I'm excited to have a chance to speak to you today. So good morning, Justin. How are you?
Good morning. It's awesome to be here. It's great to see you.
Yes, it's great to see you too. So we don't have a lot of time, so I want to get right into it, make sure that everyone gets a lot of value out of this. Tell us a little bit about your business and how you got started. From what I remember, you are a third generation financial planner. Is that
Yeah,
right?
good memory. Yep, third
Yep.
generation. My grandfather and father were both in the business. It was a lot different back then. It's turned into more of an advice-based as well as the investments that we manage for folks. But yeah, so I got started straight out of college working with my dad's firm and was lucky enough to link up with an older advisor and learn the business that way. So been at it for 21 years.
Okay, great. How has your business changed over the last 21 years?
Like I said, I think in the beginning, it was all about investments and we were just trying to put people in the right places so that they could grow. And we're still about that. But now we've been able to really develop a holistic approach, wealth management, where we're looking at the whole picture, uncovering blind spots for people and, helping them sleep better at night by planning for cash flow, taxes, insurance, estate planning, all those things alongside the investments that we run.
Yeah, I know because of you, it was, we felt, okay, we need to go and get with an estate attorney, right? And do
Yep.
all of that planning. And, you don't personally provide those services, but you encourage people to, reach out to other professionals. And I'm assuming you have recommendations for people of who to contact to get their whole, like you said, their whole picture all set up.
Definitely. Yeah. So that's a big part of it. We do some planning around it, but then when it actually comes to laying out the foundational work, an attorney has to do that. We'll sit in on a meeting. We have recommendations, who may be a good fit for that particular client. Same thing with taxes as well.
Right, definitely. That's a huge part of it, especially for real estate agents.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your ideal client. If folks are looking for a financial planner, or if we have people watching who want to know how to refer best to you or who to refer best to you, what type of clients are a good fit for you, for your business?
Yeah, so we work with a lot of folks that are in the same situation that we are. And just like your family, Jennifer, it tends to be high performing, busy professional families that just really want to put a plan in place. So it tends to be that 40 to 55-year-old high achiever, with a little bit of a complex situation that they want to plan for and make sure that all the boxes are checked. So it's generally a really great client for us to work with. So there's a lot of value on both sides. I feel like we can add a lot of value there, and the relationships are great because we have a lot of things in common.
And I feel like you have a lot of experience with government employees, military. Is that right?
I do. Yeah. So my wife's a federal employee, so we know the federal benefit system very well. I would tentatively say we're experts in that subject matter. So do work with a lot of federal employees around that, as well as veterans and active military folks as well. Just because that is more of a complex situation when it comes to understanding those benefits. So we're able to add a lot of value there as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So that I would say those two, the federal employees, military, and then just, senior professionals, executives, that sort of.
Okay. Do you have like a minimum net worth that you accept with clients? Or, some people might feel intimidated, like, I don't know if I'm ready for like a real financial planner yet. Like, what would you say to people that are unsure about whether they should call somebody yet?
No, that's a great question. We don't have a hard rule when it comes to a minimum, but it's generally when you're around 250, 300,000 in assets. That's when we suggest start working together. Can be a good starting point. But I would say a lot of people think that they need to wait to start engaging in financial planning until they have significant assets. Not the case. You need to start small, and those small steps build over time and lead to a lot of change, momentum.
Okay.
So get started. That's important.
Right, exactly. And for people who have never worked with a financial planner, give them a little idea about what to expect as far as how it actually works with the logistics and meetings and things like that, information gathering from them. How does that actually work?
Yeah. Great question. So in the beginning, there's a lot of heavy lifting. We're going to meet more often. So we're going to have an intro call, which is generally 15, 20 minutes to see if there's a good fit to move the conversation forward. That means there's work to do. We like each other. We think it may be a good fit from a relational standpoint. If that goes well, we'll schedule a discovery meeting, which is generally 60 minutes. We sit down. We talk through all your past experiences, what your goals, aspirations are for money. We want to know everything about you from a psychological standpoint, how you've been working with money and where you want to go in the future. And then we'll kind of dig into the specifics. A lot of people think it's just filling out an account profile and, tell me all about what assets you have. That's part of it, but we want to understand, the framework a little better than that. So that's the discovery meeting. After that, then we can lay out a formal outline of what's, working relationship would look like. So no obligation up until that point. And then from there, we either sign on or we don't, we go our separate ways. But if we do sign on, we'll start building a financial plan. And that's generally about 2 or 3 more meetings. So we like to break it down into pieces so it's more palatable. We're not overwhelming you with a financial plan, 2 hours of sitting together and working through some complex material. So we'll break it down into bite-sized chunks, really lay out that financial plan, get you in the right direction for how much you should be saving and investing, where you should be doing that, talking about insurance, estate planning, taxes, all those things through a series of meetings. So that's the heavy lifting up front. And from there, we just want to continue monitor and review. Anytime there's a change in your life or a change on our side of the business, we want to be in contact and make sure we're adjusting the plan. So we typically meet with clients 2 to 3 times per year on that monitor and review. It just depends on preferences.
Mm-hmm. And, I always say about Justin, one of the things I appreciate about you is that you're proactive with reaching out when it's time to have one of those check-in meetings.
Yeah.
We've had financial planners in the past where, they were probably available for us, right? But we would need to be the ones to kind of initiate that meeting. And what I tell people that you are like is more of like a accountability partner, right? So we have all these people holding us accountable. Like I have a business coach. I have somebody who holds me accountable for my health. You have maybe somebody at church who you look up to, who mentors you and helps you in that regard with your spiritual life, but who is holding us accountable in our financial life, right? So I feel like you sort of act as that, nothing, overly aggressive or anything, but just like, hey, remember we said you were going to do this. We said you were going to do this. And I really appreciate that. And I think that most people kind of need that accountability because we're busy, right? And it falls to the wayside. So how do you kind of work to hold people accountable for their financial goals?
We're not too hard on you, but those general nudges. I think a big problem in financial planning is we give a lot of advice and sometimes it doesn't get implemented. So those follow-ups, providing that accountability is huge, right? And it's a huge value add for our clients. So we drip on them through technology, right? We have a planning portal that kind of lays out tasks that we need to do in a timeline, as well as just, checking in periodically, right? And saying, hey, have you been able to accomplish X yet, right? And I think it's just a series of those little actions that add up.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
There's no perfect way to do it, no way to, systematize it completely, but we try.
Yeah. No, I think it's a huge help. And tell everybody about the portal that you have where people can log in at any time and get that complete picture of their, financial profile. Tell everybody about that because I'm guessing not all financial planners have that.
Yeah, no, it's a tool that we love, and it's the hub of all of our work together. So it serves as an account aggregation tool. All that means is you link all your accounts there, bank accounts, credit card accounts, investments with us, investments at other places, insurance policies. So you can view everything in real time in one place. It gives you your net worth snapshot every time you log in. It also is a powerful financial planning tool. So we can run analysis to show you if you're on track for various goals, retirement being a big one, but also education planning, insurance planning, those sort of things. We can run any different number of analysis to give you an idea where you stand. So we love the portal, and it also acts as accountability. Like I said, we have a tasks feature built into it that kind of gives you those general reminders of what we need to be working on.
Yeah. I mean, I think now, especially with so many people going paperless, you're not going to go log on to 12 different brokerage accounts to check your balances at different times. Like people probably have thousands of dollars sitting in accounts that they forgot about, so this is a way to have it all there. You don't forget about anything. You're keeping an eye on it. You're looking at it, letting people know whether they should maybe shift some of their investment strategies and all of that. So it just makes you feel more in control of your finances is how I look at it.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keeps us on the same page. Everybody has the most accurate information. And
Yep. Yep. So, I'm sure you get this question a ton lately, but what would you say to those of us, like, for example, as you know, I work for a company where I can invest part of my paycheck every single time that I have a transaction close. I invest 5% of my check into the company stock. And a lot of people are doing that every single month with various investments. What would you say to people who are maybe hesitant to do that? They're wondering if they should pull back. What's your advice for people?
When it comes to company stock specifically?
That, or let's just talk about the market in general, since not everybody has that perk. Let's talk about the market in general.
I like being able to buy company stock if you feel passionate about your company, but definitely concentration risk is a big issue there. So that 5% number is perfect. You don't want to be, more than 10% in any one particular investment. But pulling back right now, it's been a scary market. It's been pretty ugly out there this year. Now it's kind of the time where we're looking for opportunities. So we want to keep investing, and it can be tough to keep that mindset of, hey, there's still opportunity out there. But if you have a long-term time horizon, more than 5 years till you're going to use that particular set of money, you want to keep your money invested and you want to continue to build positions out. Of course, you want to look at them. And I just did a post on this yesterday. You want to make sure you know why you own each investment in your portfolio. You want to set expectations for those investments in the portfolio. So, what do you plan to make from this? And then what's your timeline? How long will you plan to own that? Mm-hmm. So I think those things are all important to keep in mind, especially now when it has been, it's been a tough market and the media kind of, magnifies that a little bit.
Definitely. And then my last question is just, how does your approach to financial planning differ from other financial planners? So say someone's going to interview 2 or 3 different financial planners. What are some good questions to ask? And really, how are you able to differentiate between one person and another?
That's a great question. And I don't know that there's a perfect way to answer this, but you're going to spend a lot of time with your financial planner. So you need to like them, and your financial planner needs to like you too. So that relational part of it is super important. So I would put that kind of at the top of the list. You also want to make sure that their approach is going to line up for what you're looking for. If you just want somebody that's going to do a transaction for you, then you can find a broker, somebody that just specializes in investments. But if you want a financial advisor, look for someone that's going to go through that holistic wealth management process with you, talk about everything you have going on from a financial standpoint, and help you understand the things that you don't know. I think that's the way we add a lot of value, is that is our financial planning advice-based approach, right? I think that allows us to stand out. Then we can put together our investment expertise alongside of that. And it's really a dynamic plan. I think that's what makes us stand out. That, and we're fun.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
At least I think so.
We have to work with people who we like. I totally agree with you, or else you just don't look forward to the meetings, and it's not something that is sustainable, I think, in the long term. So, okay, absolutely. Awesome. And then lastly, let everybody know the best way to get a hold of you if they want to schedule. I think you called it a discovery call. If they want to schedule that, how can people get in touch with you?
Well, a couple ways. So you can connect with me directly through email. It's just jholtz@districtfa.com. And our website is just districtfa, as in financialadvisor.com. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can find me there easily. I do have an online calendar app that I'm going to be adding to the website as well. So I think those are the 2 best ways. You can find my contact information on the website as well. So happy to set some time to talk.
And do you work with clients worldwide, across the country? Do you prefer to keep your clients local? How does that work?
I mean, we actually do. I have quite a few clients international, just because the nature of living in DC, all US citizens, of course, but we work with people nationally as well as when people are on assignment overseas. So there's no constraints in terms of location. Okay. Unless you have a strong desire to meet in person, then you need to be in the Washington, DC area, but
right.
For us,
I'm sure you'll travel if someone is
yes.
has that high of a potential there for network. That is true. Right? You'll get on an airplane. Absolutely. I know I would.
Absolutely.
All right, Justin, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate everything you do for everyone that we refer to you. And thank you for the phenomenal job that you do and the support of Jennifer Mack Properties. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's great to see you. Thank you so much. And love working with you as well. So thanks, Jennifer.
Great to see you. The best, our best to your family.
Thank you. You as well.
All right. Bye, Justin. Bye.